we're glad you're joining us today to talk about our stitching and other stuff. We're at the end of July. Is next week August, or do we have another?
Next Monday.
Next Monday. Oh, so we'll record one more time in August or in July. What? How are we at the end of July? Whew.
Well, especially, I think for me, I just keep thinking, weren't we just on our road trip? And then I think, wait, and we're just now having summer.
Look at my cute August. Well, I guess you know what it looks like. This is my WIPGO thing, so don't look at the washi tape there. But it's a really cute one for my August calendar. It's got like the constellations in it.
I love her stuff.
I know, it's so cute. The girls are right here by me. If you're new watching us, we're in Washington State, but we're on opposite sides of the mountains, the Cascade Mountains. And so we're mother-daughter, and then I have two of my girls are joining me today. The third one needs to get on her cross stitch. She's stitching something so cute, but she just hasn't worked on it. So she's been coloring a lot again. She really likes to color.
Kind of goes in cycles.
Back and forth, yeah. So she'll get the stitching bug again soon, probably. The other two have been stitching up a storm, so they'll share with us in a few minutes. But I think they put their TV show on hold, so maybe we can do them.
Taking a
nap. I guess we're not in a hurry because Daddy's taking a nap. So, and they don't watch that show without him, so we're not in a hurry.
Okay.
Anything new this week? You've got baby Penny.
I've had baby Penny since Thursday night. Well, I went over to their house, but she was already in bed. Mommy and Daddy flew out. On a red eye, kind of a red eye. Yeah, they flew all night because they're in Indiana, and they come home tonight. And I am taking half the day off tomorrow because I am tired. And she's been really good for me. Like, it isn't that she's just
not a hard baby. It's just you have to be on a lot.
They think she's hard because it's their first child, and you know, it's kind of funny because Kelly said it's kind of hard to get her dressed in the morning because she just doesn't want to. She doesn't want what, you know, I give her choices. She doesn't want the choices, and I'm like, first of all, I'm not giving her a choice. We're just not going to go down that road. Second of all, I just tell her we're going to do it, and I don't even say, do you want to get dressed? I just say we're going to change your diaper and get dressed, and she part of it is I'm not mommy and daddy, so she probably
responds to you.
There's some of that too, but she also doesn't want to sit in her high chair up to the table for them. She tried to get in the regular dining room chair today that has a towel over it, and I thought, no, I'm giving you yogurt. We're not playing. We did that yesterday, and she squirms around too much. They need to get a booster. So she went over there. I said, no, we're going to sit in your other big girl chair, and I just plopped her in her high chair, and she was excited about her breakfast. So maybe that, I don't know, but maybe it's just because I had 4 kids and I just don't have time for those shenanigans anymore. I just learned self-preservation.
There's great things to like letting them having some control and say over their life, and other times there just isn't. You just
no. Sometimes you just can't, and I just didn't have the. And she just, I mean, if she'd really acted like she wanted to pick out her clothes, I maybe would have let her. But or tried to let her have a choice. But she didn't even care for me. So, you know, again, I'm not mommy and daddy, so she gets away with probably a little bit more with me. Like, she didn't want to eat her lunch today. She was sitting in the booster chair, and she was just kind of like, all done. And I thought, no, I think you're hungrier than that. And all I had was like some little, like I bought one of these really super non-healthy, like a snackable kind of thing just at the store because we were coming home from the store, and I knew I needed to feed her. So it was like little turkey pieces and some cheese and some fish crackers, and she had some of Poppy's hash browns, and she didn't want to eat them. So I picked her up and I sat her on the table facing me, and we had sing music on. So we were singing. I said, here's a turkey. She'd open her mouth, and I pop it in there. I mean, she ate probably another 8 pieces of turkey and probably 5 pieces of cheese, but she wouldn't do it just sitting in the booster chair. But mommy and daddy probably aren't going to play that game with her. You know, I mean, obviously.
Right.
So I think meals are a little bit more of a toddler stressful time at home when it's mommy, daddy.
Probably.
But I had her for briefly Tuesday night because they had a work thing to go to, and I gave her chicken and rice, what mommy left out for her, and she goes, you know, if she doesn't eat it, you know, it's okay. Her, you know, she's a toddler. She chowed down that chicken. She was just shoving it in her mouth. And then my husband brought me some teriyaki chicken and rice. She wanted some of that. And so I told them, man, she ate the best for me she's ever eaten. And Kelly said, I tried giving her that same exact chicken last night, and it was nothing but tears. Nothing but tears. And finally, I was telling her, oh, she ate great for me. And Austin said to her, I guess, I'd really rather my mom not tell me how well she eats for her. It's been fun, but whew, I'm used to having a little more time to myself.
Yeah, I bet.
I was like, how did I used to take a shower with a toddler in the house? I must have just put you guys in your crib because I can't let her run around because she's always hurting herself. She's climbing on everything. I went in the kitchen 2 mornings in a row to get her a cup of milk in the morning, and I'm only in there like 2 or 3 minutes, and I hear her screaming and crying. And by the time I get in there, she's just standing in the middle of the room crying and upset and hurt. I have no idea what she's fallen off of or climbed on or what she's hit. Luckily, no broken bones.
I can't even really remember. Yeah, I must have, like during naps or.
I think they put her in there.
He was home.
Yeah. Anyway, so I've been getting up early on my day off to shower before she gets up. I just didn't want to deal with her in and out of the bathroom while I was getting ready.
Yeah, right. Well.
Yeah, that's it. That's all my news.
Not too much news here.
It's going to be, we're having a heat wave in Seattle next week. So is Sarah. Hers is bigger than mine, but mine's pretty big for Seattle. We're supposed to hit 97 one day next week. That's ugly.
Ours is
hot.
Hotter than, probably a little hotter than normal. I mean, we get in the hundreds for about a week most years.
Yeah, but you got 111 on my app.
But they are predicting 111 next Friday. But I bet it will be back down. I kind of think they'll back that down a little bit. That happens a lot where it'll say like something really dramatic. And then 2 days before it'll go back down to like 6 degrees lower than it is. So it's hot and we're kind of used to that. It's not like unusual, not like the Northeast, like where they're not typically as hot, but they're supposed to get really hot this coming week, like the same temperatures we have, but we're kind of used to it. So
I know it's really bad.
So if you're back there, stay cool, drink lots of water. We're thinking of you.
Well, and I'm thinking about like the Southeast too. They're hot and they've got that awful humidity.
Yeah, so, right.
Yeah. Drink. See, I have my flavored water.
I forgot to bring my water in, but I'm going to have the girls get some. But in the spirit of talking about the heat, I can't tell when I'm just listening and recording whether my air conditioner is affecting the audio, and I'm hoping it's not, but there's no way I'm recording today without my air conditioner on in this room. It would be too hot. It is currently, I think, 95 degrees. Yeah. And this little room is about to get sun exposure and it's gonna be hot.
I can't hear it on my end, and I also have fans going in my room here to keep some air moving because this room gets stuffy, but I'm not turning them off either. And it is 80 here. So that means it's warmer in the house than 80.
Yeah. And you're having more humidity probably than we are.
It's dry heat. I feel like we had fans and ACs on last year and it did. I don't remember it affecting our quality.
I'm just in like this room rather than in the main area. So
you recorded there too last year. I remember.
I did some. So hopefully I'm hoping it doesn't affect things, but if it does, I'm sorry this week. It won't always be like this. And if it's real bad when I go to edit it, I won't do it. I won't do that next week. I'll go somewhere else. Anyways.
If it's super, super bad, Sarah, we can always record again tomorrow or something.
Yeah, it should be fine. I think it'll be fine. Let's let the girls go. Then we can do our featured friend and then on to our goes. But
look at
little squirmies. So I said
Kim Benefit Coordinator. I had to change my name for work when I was on a Zoom call.
It was like that yesterday. So yesterday we had our little stitching exchange, our Smalls Exchange Zoom meetup, and it was really fun. But I was gonna say your thing said Kim Benefits Coordinator the whole time. I forgot, and I didn't. It was.
I had to join a couple of interviews for new positions of people, and they wanted everybody to have their title next to their name so they would know who they were talking to. Oh well, sorry.
This is my little class clown. This is Rosie. She's a stitcher and she's Pippi Longstocking too. There. Leslie, do you have your actual cross stitching or just your pattern picture?
I have my cross stitching.
Where is it?
It's over there.
Oh, what are you working on?
Imagine Fairy.
Imagine Fairy. Rosie's a really good stitcher for a 9-year-old.
She's what?
She's a good stitcher for a 9-year-old, and she's proud of how much purple.
She's had a lot of experience.
I did all the purple.
Here, back it up.
Oh,
There we go.
great. That part of her, is that a flower under her dress or is that in her dress?
It's a flower under her dress.
That's under her dress, and this is her dress, right? The purple.
Mhm.
Wow, good job.
Oh, she has been working on that. Let me see it. Oh yeah, see, her dress is purple. So you're probably right here.
Yeah.
Leaving
Cute.
space for the little polka dots.
Oh yeah, I am.
Oh yeah, you are. That's right. Cute, Rosie. Cute. Good.
Good
Millie.
job, Roro. Pippi. Good
Millie.
job, Pippi.
Millie, any stitcher knows, you have to get to like the last row or finish the stitch or whatever. That's Millie all the time. Wait, I can't put it down yet. So we'll just wait a minute, I guess.
Stick your needle in.
Just stick your needle in.
Hey, I'm sticking it.
Millie's 12. What else can I
not.
say about Millie? No,
I'm
Millie's
not
only
12.
11. I'm sorry. Lydia's
Lydia's
12.
12.
Oh, can't skip you ahead. Lydia is 12, my oldest.
I was gonna say, wait a
What else
minute.
can I say about you while you're dallying over there? Millie is a redhead. Millie could do that with her braids and also look like Pippi Longstocking.
Get Pippi too.
What else?
I think you're growing your hair out again, huh? No more haircuts for you guys?
No, she wants it long. She misses it long. I like it this length. This is a nice length.
I like
It's easier to take care of just this length.
Yeah. Too hot to have long hair.
I'm doing more stuff.
Like what? What can you do with it when it's long?
More prettier stuff.
But you don't even let me do anything with it.
Yeah, I do. I let you do this.
Well, yeah,
Lydia doesn't let you.
that's true. Yeah, I told Lydia if she doesn't start doing her hair, like taking care of it as a pixie cut, then we're gonna like not keep the pixie cut. Because she kind of waits to the last minute and then wants me to help curl it and stuff. I'm like, no, we're on the way out the door. I cannot do that now. You would have had to get up and blow dry it. And
Didn't she have like a little bob when you guys did your sabbatical?
yeah,
Yeah, but
they
That
all
might be easier, right?
probably would.
Yeah.
I mean, her pixie cut looks good anyways, but it looks really good when it's blow dried with some body and some product and then curled a little bit.
Yeah.
And that's what she wants her hair to look like. Okay, go ahead. What are you working on? The dimensions kit.
Wellies.
What's it called? Boots? Does it have a name?
No. It's
Name.
called Cross Stitch Kit with Decorative Poop.
That's a boring name. Oh, it's called Floral Boots.
Oh,
There it is.
okay.
It's called Floral Boots. If you like this and you want to stitch it, it comes with the hoop and everything.
Shit, I got at Joann's too.
So cute. Okay.
My Joann's never has anything, but I heard somewhere that Joann's was gonna, in some areas, was gonna beef up their cross stitch stuff again.
That would be nice. I would love that.
Beautiful, Millie. Oh, look at how much you've done.
Lots.
I think last week you just had the green done, didn't you?
I think so.
Yeah, I think so. I don't think she had started on the flowers at all. Is that
That's beautiful. Good job.
really nice? Millie is an avid cross stitcher.
Yes, she is.
Avid, like you really do it a lot. I don't know. What's avid mean? You love it. I don't know. Thanks. Love you. Can you bring me a glass of ice water? Well, we have a segment that we like to do called Featured Friends because we like to feature our friends. So this week we have a picture of a finish from Linda Bazarski, and it is gorgeous. Linda does the most beautiful.
Looking at it on my phone while Sarah talks about it.
So I'm going to just put it right here, and then I'll tell you about it after. And curves, and she stitched it on, are you ready for this? 56 count cream linen. 56 count.
All I can say, Linda, is you must have eaten a lot of carrots as a child because your eyes must be super amazing.
Oh my goodness. It's gorgeous. and so petite. Like it must just not be a huge, I'm curious, Linda, if you're watching, what are the dimensions when you stitch it on 56 count? Does it stay fairly small? It must. Because usually their patterns are large if you do it on like a 32 count.
It's beautiful.
That's almost half the size. It is. I'm looking at it too on my phone.
I
Just
love the look of things on that kind of count.
Oh, me too. But I don't know if I have the like fine motor skills.
I don't think my magnifier would magnify it enough for me.
If you would just be a stronger magnifier. I also don't love working under. I'll use it for some things, but I'm not at a point where I love to use the magnifier. But if it gave me that result though.
Your day's coming, honey. Your day's coming.
Well, yeah. Do you use it for everything pretty much?
Pretty much.
You pretty much don't cross stitch without it.
No, I've just gotten used to it and it's so much easier, less eye strain. I mean, I probably on some things could do it without it if I really wanted to, but it's just there. It's just easier. Especially by the end of the day when I start cross stitching, I've been on the computer for 10 hours.
That's true.
So
I'm not on the computer like that.
My close-up is really not good. So
you would need it. My eyes are, well, I need to go get another eye exam probably, but mine from last year was, I have no problems with
my
it.
distance is,
But it will, I will.
yeah, my distance is really good, but once I hit 50, 55, that forget reading shampoo bottle or reading like a label without glasses on. I mean, I really truly have gotten to that point where if I don't have my glasses in the store, I'll take a picture of a label and then enlarge it, even with my glasses sometimes.
Yeah, you're probably not the only one watching. Like,
you know, my phone is very handy.
You know what my old age problem is right now? I'm kind of worried I might have carpal tunnel. I'm going to call the doctor. I need to make a doctor's visit just for a checkup anyways, and like a medication check and stuff. But
falling asleep.
Yeah. And like this one right now is just tingly all the time. So there's something probably pressing on the nerve there. So that just, I mean, it wasn't tingly all the time till the last few days. Before it would kind of come and go, especially like after I woke up in the morning, it would be really bad.
Are you wearing splints to bed?
What?
Are you wearing splints to bed?
I probably should. I have one splint that's not like necessarily a carpal tunnel type splint. It's like something Jesse had that I.
But it'll keep it from
bending. This like, ooh, when I do this, all my fingers like.
Yeah, you got something pushing. But I know if I sleep.
Both hands, but this, like actually this hand was way worse at first. I'm doing this weird thing because I'm showing. This hand was actually the worst. It's actually pretty good right now. It's switched to my left.
And do you sleep with your hands scrunched up?
I do. I sleep like this. Also, in the summer, I garden a lot and I cross stitch all the time. And I'm milking a cow now. And I think that the combination of those things, plus all the kayaking I did the last few weeks, just there must be some inflammation. So I've been trying to take a lot of ibuprofen.
Yeah.
To try and get any kind of inflammation down, but it's not really helping anymore. It did for the first few days, but I haven't been really diligent about taking it either like the last few days.
Yeah. It's worth getting looked at.
I think I need to go in. Yeah, I'm kind of like, what if they say I need like surgery or something? What if they say, no, you can't cross stitch anymore? I don't know what I would do.
Give me the surgery.
Yeah, I don't know. Fix it somehow so I can cross stitch because that's my quality of life.
I'm only this many years old. I got a lot of years of crafting ahead of me, so get it fixed.
Whatever they say. Like why I didn't want to go to the doctor for the first few weeks, and finally, last night I woke up and they were actually like kind of hurting. Like this one was kind of hurting.
You know what I have to do?
The night before last, and
I wake up in the middle of the night, and if it's this hand, I have to hang it over the bed.
Yeah, that used to work.
This hand, I have to fling it over. If I'm on my right, I have to fling it over my left side.
Yeah,
and let it hang. For some reason,
used to work when it would just be falling asleep. This is not just falling asleep. This is something going on in my wrist.
Yep. Yeah, and falling asleep is like a precursor to it. Like sometimes it'll hurt. Like mine will be really.
It will be sore.
Numb like asleep. But it's, yeah.
I don't want this old problem.
Well, cut out what you can cut out.
If you're watching and you've had, wrist pain or things like that, or numbness, what have you done? Have you had to wear splints, had surgery, done PT? What has helped you?
They might.
Let's crowdsource this.
Order you like some decent, like real good splint for that and wear them in bed.
At night maybe, and then that will just help.
And yeah, rest it maybe for short breaks, maybe not.
I've been icing it. That does. When I ice it, it helps for a while. So I'm sure there's some kind of inflammation.
Yeah.
Of some tendon or something. Anyway, thank you. That was a diversion. Thank you, Linda, for sending that in.
Gosh, yeah.
My eyes are great. My wrists are bad. Your eyes are great. Or you have a really good magnifier. Hers.
Oh.
Beautiful.
My eyes are not great, but my wrists are hanging in there.
Your wrists are okay. If you want to send in something for us to feature, we would love it. I think I am all caught up now. So usually when I say that, then I get a few submissions.
We do first in, first out. So
yep.
If you send something, it's probably got a good chance of being featured next week.
Yeah, so you can send it to the email address down below. It doesn't have to be a finish. Even if you have your own Flosstube, we would love to show it. I think it's just fun. We love the community aspect of Flosstube.
Tina, in case we have viewers that don't watch you yet, you need to send us. Oh, she probably doesn't have. Well, she's got pictures, I'm sure, of Beloved.
I would think so.
She took it to her brother-in-law's, or her brother's gonna frame it. But I'm sure she took pictures. So, I mean, maybe all of our viewers watch her already, but if not, they need to see that piece. So
yeah,
the hint, Tina.
Yes. Oh, darn, I forgot it'll be haul. I'll have to just go get it in a little bit about my exchange. But anyways, well, let's talk about our whips.
Oh, wait. But if you were part of our exchange, if you would want to send in what you got, let us know who sent. We had to do it kind of in a hurry. I mean, it was fun, but Sarah was at a Mariners game and I had just gotten the baby down for a nap, and I just felt like we didn't get to spend as much time, but I don't think everybody else was planning on spending a long time either.
I think it was like, we're just going to open and share. That ended up being stuff.
But I didn't write down who got what from whom, but there were some beautiful things, and all of them were beautiful and beautifully finished, and it would be fun to show people. Because somebody commented on my Instagram, because I shared what I had sent.
Yeah.
Already, and somebody said, oh, I'm really enjoying seeing what people got from the exchange. So some other people must have shared them, but it might be nice to just be able to feature them here.
That would be fun. We could either do it over a sequence, or we could just do all of them at one kind of featured friend segment. So maybe I'll send out an email to everybody in case they're not watching this episode or whatever, and see if you can send us in a picture of the one you stitched
or the one you
received. Because I was certain I took pictures of the one I sent, but when I was going through my camera roll, I couldn't find them. So I may have to ask Aunt Nancy to send me a couple pictures.
People were really excited about doing something like that again. So whether we do another July one or do another, I don't know. We'll just come up with something.
That was easy because it's easy to find a Christmas small because of ornaments, but we could do a different one.
And thank you everybody that participated. That made it really fun. It was really fun.
It was really fun. I'm sorry that I was like in the middle of like walking through security into the game.
And by the way, to those that were with me yesterday, the Mariners lost.
2 out of 16. I mean, I guess if they lose 2 out of the last 16 games, I can forgive.
Oh, but we're not done with the season.
They were playing the best in the league, actually. They were playing the Astros, who are kind of the best.
What happens? They go.
Well, we'll see what happens.
Do they play again?
When? I'm not sure if they have another game against the Astros today or not. I haven't checked.
Was that like a 3-game series? Or 2 games? They lost twice.
They lost twice to them, I think. Let me see. Mariners schedule. I think the Mariners actually are really good this year. They are second in the AL West. I mean, they're not like down at the bottom.
Well, they oftentimes are in July and August. I'll give them credit.
Oh, they're playing against the Astros right now. It's the end of the second, and they're down.
This is why I just can't get excited.
The Astros looked really good out there yesterday. Like
if they put it together and they go to the World Series, I will cheer them on. And the year Sam was born, Sam is 26, 27, they'll be 27. They were in the playoffs for the World Series. I don't think they were in the World Series, but they got the farthest they'd ever gotten. And like, it was amazing. That was the Ken Griffey Jr. That was the days where we had Sammy Sosa, and I mean, I knew all the players. I wasn't even a big baseball player back then, a watcher, but it was an exciting season, and they did go really far, and went pretty good the next year. And then, you know, what happens to a lot of teams, they start losing their really good players, especially here in Seattle. We don't ever seem to have enough money to keep our players.
Yeah. Well, I mean, when you've got like clubs like the Yankees who can pay
I know.
$1 billion. Anyway, it was fun. I love going to games.
Fun. I bet it was crowded.
It was, yeah, it was not, I don't think it was sold out, or if it was, people weren't all sitting in their seats.
Yeah. Well, I think people get excited and move around.
Yeah. It was kind of cold. It was supposed to get up to 80 on the forecast. It was nowhere near 80. It was cold. And we were in like the one part of the stadium that didn't get sun the whole game.
Was it cloudy when you got there? I feel like the sun came out later in the day.
Yeah, the sun came out later and the sun never actually hit us. We were like under the roof.
But by the time the evening rolled around, we were like in the mid to upper 70s. I looked at it last night.
We were cold, but we were coming from like 90 degrees every day.
I was gonna say, you guys oftentimes are cold when you come over
But
here.
it was probably not even 70 when we left at like 3:30.
Oh, yes, it was.
Maybe 70, but we were in a breezy, shady spot. So
Maybe that. Well, you're down by the water.
yeah, it
It
was
is
cold.
cooler. It is cooler down there sometimes, not maybe in downtown Seattle because of all the concrete, but I think where the stadiums are, it's closer to Puget Sound, whereas we're farther east and we're up on a hill. So it's oftentimes warmer here than down there.
Millie was so cute. You know, when you leave a baseball game and everybody's going at once, there's a section outside of the stadium that you go upstairs and then around to the road, probably to the light rail station or whatever. I'm not even sure where it leads to, but we were going a little bit different direction. So we weren't in the crowd. We were going to the parking garage that way. And she looked over and there were just like a stream. It was, you know, like that river of people effect where everybody's going the same direction at the same pace. And she was like, whoa, like she's never seen that many people in one place, because when would she, other than the other Mariners games we've gone to, but it was just like,
I gotta get out of here.
well, in like COVID, you know, since COVID, there wasn't really like streams of people anywhere for the last several years. So anyway.
Yeah, it's when you go to a big venue like that, it is pretty awesome.
It was really like, whoa, there's a lot of people here. Oh, and the wave was so cute. They didn't remember ever seeing the wave. They probably have seen it because we've gone to games, but it has been since before COVID, since we've made it to a game. So at one point the wave went around the stadium like 10 times and the girls were just eating it up. They were just like, oh my gosh, this is the coolest thing. And then it would go around again and they'd be like, I hope it goes around again. I hope it goes around again. And then the inning ended and they were like, let's get it going again. I was like, you can try, but usually you need a big group to get a wave going. But anyway, it was so cute. It was cute. All right, let's talk stitching.
Okay.
I'll go first. I have very little to share, partly because I was trying to give my wrists a little break at night. I stitched still, but I went at a really slow pace and kind of just stretched my hands. And I'm working on Shuik. Can you go get her?
I don't think so.
Okay. I'm working on my Shores of Hopper and Hollow. I've been working really hard actually on this one. So the last time I had it, I had the top corner done and the house done. So I stitched all of this and this week.
Okay, you're coming along.
There's a little dirty spot here, but it's going to get covered up by glue, so I'm not going to worry about it. And
There's a lot of stitching on that piece.
yeah, I worked on this in the car on the way to the game, slowly but surely. So even though this is small and I'm doing it over one, I can see the holes pretty well.
What do you do? 28 count over one?
28 count over one. Yeah. Once I get going on it, it's easy. It's even weave too. It's Lugana, I think. Yeah.
I should make a disclaimer. I could do Ada without my magnifier.
Yeah, you could.
And I could maybe, if it's early in the day, do 28 count over two without a magnifier.
Yeah. Oh, darn it. I forgot. I brought my project bag, but it's on a scroll frame, so I'm gonna have to run and grab it. Maybe I'll let you share something while I also worked on this though, my sunflower. And that was my WIPCO goal for this month, and I got it done, or one of the squares. So I'm all caught up on my WIPCO. I think I'm gonna I also, the other thing that's been helping actually with my wrist is if I stitch with a hoop, then I just have to like kind of lay it in my left hand and I don't have to grip it. So I've started using a hoop a little bit more.
I think that's why I don't have more problems when I'm stitching, is because I always have a hoop.
Yeah. Look at Mom. Look at what I've.
Oh, look at that.
This one is almost done.
Yeah, it looks like it is.
Really just have this kind of fill in. There's a bit of green that I need to do, I think, on this over here and a leaf, but it's, yeah, that flower is almost done. So look, so pretty.
It is very pretty.
I love seeing this one come along. This is the kind of kit I feel like I used to stitch a lot when I was earlier stitching. Like, not necessarily this specific design, but those big, lots of color blocks. But
big blocks. Yeah.
Yeah, I should pull out.
He else pulled out a Riolis kit on their Flosstube. Maybe it was Tina.
Oh, really? A little behind.
She was talking. I could be wrong. I didn't watch any Flosstube last week, so it would have been the week before. Somebody did, and they were talking about how some people don't like the Riolis because they don't like that wool thread.
I like it. It's a little hard to thread, but not really hard if you have the right, like.
You've talked about how it's nice and plump. So it's
yeah, exactly. I like how it kind of fills up the whole square, but it's only 2-ply, so you're not messing with extra threads. I like it. It's when I thread my needle, I lick my thread. It's not as nice of a sensation to lick wool thread. So I like just do it a little bit. Like, I don't like how it feels in my mouth. So that's a problem.
Like licking yarn.
Yeah, it is like licking a thin little yarn. Why don't you share something while I just run? I just need to grab my bookshelf piece. It's on my piano.
Not that exciting. You're not going to miss much here, but I for my Christmas in July, or Jolly July, I had started this kit, a Shepherd's Bush kit that was gifted to me by Aunt Nancy for my birthday, and it's the All Is Calm. And you know, these pictures are not great on their patterns, and even what I'm going to show is pretty faint. It's one thread on 36 count, so it's very, and it's very muted, but I just did a little bit more today, so I'm just working on this flower, which is in the middle, right up here.
Oh yeah.
It's not going to focus.
There you go.
There we go. So I just need to do a little bit. This was on my magazine monthly, I think, also, which I've been looking at, and I have a little bit more to go on several things. But I think I just have a little bit more to go on this. I think I need another hour and a half on that, if I meet my goal. Okay, yeah. I did one.
Okay, the only other thing I really worked on, I think, was my bookshelf piece from Aunt Nancy. So I had up to Dickinson done, I think last time I showed this. So I got Alcott and Burnett done, and the little green threads, the little floral motif started on that side.
Really cute.
I know. This was not easy to work with my wrist. It's a little too heavy.
Yeah, you need to have it.
If I laid it in my hand, kind of, but then this hand, like, I like to stitch this, kind of hold it and poke it, and then
you need to have it on a frame.
I need a stand.
Up and down.
A stand would probably be really good for me.
Yeah.
My wrists don't chill out.
Candy. I think Candy uses a lot of frames because of her wrists. Candy.
Does she have a Lowry? That's the one I want.
She has a Lowry. She has something.
I feel like I might have seen her post about her Lowry stand. Somebody did recently.
I think she had talked early on about wrist issues for her.
Oh, okay. So maybe if she's watching, weigh in, Candy, tell me what I need to do.
Yeah.
That's everything I really worked on this week.
Oh, that was a low week for you.
It was low. Yeah. I did a lot on that sunflower piece and quite a bit on the shores.
Yeah.
But it was kind of low. Yeah. I think a lot of the projects I wanted to work on never got put away, and they were in here, and I kept forgetting, like, if they had been put in my basket, I probably would have pulled them out. And done
yeah, you get comfortable to get up.
Forgot.
Well, Jolly July. Christmas.
Yeah, I didn't even do my Jolly July. I mean,
this was a freebie back in 2001 by Told in a Garden. I'm gonna hold it up because it's just a freebie, but it's that angel. She's in reds and greens. And I had kitted this up a while ago because I have another two. I finished that other angel.
Yeah.
I framed, and I have another one. And so I did start her, and so I got her hair done and part of her face.
Aww.
There are probably, I don't know, 6 colors of brown in that hair, 5 colors. And gold. There's some gold. And I used to use Krennic all the time. I don't remember it ever being a problem. I could not get that threaded. I had to go get a regular needle out of my mom's pin cushion with a huge eye in order to get that thread on there. I was done faffing around with it because I was
trying. Do you have a needle threader?
Yeah, probably.
I have a bunch of, I mean, I have some like floss.
Do those work with that thread? It just sprays so bad.
You
and
just put the, you just poke the needle threader, the straight end through your needle, hook your Krennic through the loop.
Yeah.
Imagine those flossers that we used when we did braces. Yeah. It's the same thing. You're just pulling it through a needle rather than through your braces.
Because it's using, I've got a ton of this red I have to use on her dress. And I kind of
want a needle threader. I bet it'll help.
I kind of YouTubed how to thread, you know, how to use Krennic, and I found a gal that had all kinds of talk about it. And then finally she just said, you have to make sure you have the right needle because it'll pull, it'll rub, it'll wear thin and not use long lengths. So I did it. And, you know, anyway, so she got started.
Cute.
And I do love her little curly hair.
Yeah.
So that was, I bet my goal on that for my magazine monthly. And then I worked, this is somewhere, I don't even know if this is on any of my goals. I'm just my own personal goal because I want to keep up with the seasons on this one.
Mm-hmm.
It was my 4 Seasons Autumn Girl. So I pretty much did all of her. I might have had this little bit done.
You had a little bit of that orangey red.
Yeah, so I finished her face and started her bodice.
Cute.
And started down her underneath her skirt. So
cute.
Really love this piece. I mean, I really do.
Cute.
So there they are, all 3 together.
Pretty.
Yeah, they are pretty. They're just kind of a fun little Barbara Anna whimsy piece.
Yep.
This was a kit that I bought from Russia, from Nitka Moscow or whatever she is. I don't know if she'll ever release this as a, she should release this as a pattern. It's so adorable, but I don't know, maybe she's got some kind of a license thing going with Moscow. Then the other thing I really, really worked on was my gathering eggs. I needed to get 4 hours in on her, and I actually did more than that because I kind of got going on her. So here she is. This is Nora Corbett. So I did all of this and all of this purple.
Nice. Wow, you did a lot.
I had this blue, but I did all this white. Wow. I did. And, you know, counting it was a joy. Because the page break is like right here.
I remember. I think I might have even made a little mistake in there and just left it. I was like, oh.
So I had to keep counting up. 9 rows was the top of the page, which is where this all happens. So I thought I was off, but I ended up being okay once I finally figured out where to start counting off, because it had been a while since I'd worked on her, but she is sweet and I love that little face.
I know, she's cute.
So I'm actually, this is part of the like floral stuff, so I'm actually off of her for a little bit.
Yeah, right.
Her dress just has a little bit more to go, and then her ruffle.
Yeah. You're almost done really with her.
If you're new here and don't know what this pattern looks like and haven't seen Sarah's beautiful finish.
In my bin of unfinished projects.
I know.
It's finished, but not fully finished. I need to figure out how I want to finish it.
We're talking about.
Should probably just get a frame. I'd probably be fine just putting her in a frame.
Oh yeah, she just needs to be framed. This is it. So I'm working here.
Right. Okay. Oh yeah, that's true. You have all those stripes. I forgot about those.
Oh yeah, I got that ruffled.
I have a little ways to go. So
the purple I showed you is right here.
Yeah.
And then in the
background, flowers.
She is adorable, and I've always, I think once I saw this and saw these flowers, I was instantly in love with her.
Yeah.
And I thought you could only get it in a past edition of a magazine, but
You can
my
order the pattern.
woodwork store still has this pattern as a pattern. So I might actually buy it because I hate working off this magazine.
Yeah.
I did make working copies, but they're getting all wrinkled up, and
Yeah.
it's just a long-term project like this is just takes a beating.
Yeah. Mine, I think, fell out of the magazine.
Yeah, I mean, I did tear part of it out so I could make the copies. So that's pretty much all I worked on too. I didn't do
It's kind of
anything.
a slow stitching week. Huh?
Yeah,
You had the baby, and I've had wrist trouble, and I am milking my cow now. So that takes up a little evening time.
well, and I think maybe it's not so much that I didn't have much stitching time because I've
I
stitched
did a lot on those pieces.
Yeah, I just stuck with these pieces that were easy and enjoyable to work on
Yeah, right.
for some reason. Although I wouldn't say this gathering eggs is easy for me.
Yeah, right.
I think once I get her dress done,
Going. Yeah,
well, I think once the dress is done, you got bigger blocks of color.
yeah, you do.
There's blends in that skirt too, which are always time consuming.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I worked on.
Nice. Well, let's see. You want to see what I am planning? My haul. I want your opinion on this. Okay, so remember this piece?
Yeah.
I'm gonna finish it into a pillow. The red did bleed a little when I had to wash it because it got a little dirty, I think, when I was working on it.
Oh.
But I'm not gonna worry about it. It's just that little tiny spot there on the white by the waves.
Washed it in cold?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Here, I don't think I washed it at home.
I hope not.
I hand washed it just in cold. I think it was, just cold, but somehow the red, this is not DMC.
I wonder if you had to do that if you did a mixture of vinegar and water. Vinegar is supposed to set color.
Yeah, maybe that would have been a good idea.
I've never heard anybody talk about it, and maybe vinegar's not good. I don't know.
Maybe not. Maybe it makes it
Oh,
smell weird, but this is cute. I love this. Do you remember is it Cottage Garden Samplings?
I think so. I think it's part of the series.
Yeah, and I thought it was so cute. I fell in love with it. I love the waves. So I think I'm gonna make it into a little pillow.
Uh-huh.
Like I did with my.
I love little pillows. They're so easy to display.
I know. I'm kind of into the pillows right now, and so I got this fabric bundle at Walmart.
Uh-huh.
Because I thought the blues were kind of nice, but
Huh?
I'm not sure which one to do. So here I'm gonna hold each one up because they're just like a little. I think each one is 18 by 20.
This designer is Cottage Garden. No, Cottage Garden. Yeah.
Cottage Garden Samplings. Okay. So here's let me just see if I can hold it. I've got a few that I'm trying to decide between for a backing fabric.
Okay.
Got this navy blue kind of.
I don't like it. Too blue. I mean, too much, too busy.
There's this really big design floral.
I got a little bit better just because it's not
tie-dyed-ish looking.
Uh-huh.
I don't want the geometric ones. I'm taking out the geometric ones. And then there's this slightly less busy, but still floral.
Oh, I like that one.
So it would be, it would be the back. I
think I like that one the best. The smaller print.
Smaller print one?
Yeah.
Versus the bigger one?
On something that small. I think
Okay.
you want a smaller print.
I think that's the one I was kind of leaning towards too, but I was sort of just not sure. I know that the blue in the pattern there's a lot more like
lighter blue.
There's several blues in it, but one of them is that dark blue in the letters. So it's hard. It's not really coming through, I don't think, on screen very well, but that's the navy blue.
Uh-huh.
Pretty much the same color as all these.
Yeah.
So I thought that would be cute. I got it at Walmart in their fabric section when I was just there the other day. I thought
it's part of a monthly series.
It might be.
Because it's August. It says August poppies.
Yes.
Just scrolling through.
August poppies. That's what it's called.
But I don't see any other months. July's delphiniums. Oh my gosh. I just bought some delphiniums. Because the slugs ate my and April's are daisies. Oh my gosh. Those are cute.
Yeah, I love their patterns.
May is Lily of the Valley. September is Morning Glory. November is Chrysanthemum.
What's the name of the design? The series.
I don't know if she has an actual name for it. Hold on. I don't see it. She just has a title.
Oh, how'd you find it?
I just went to 123 Stitch and stitched by designer.
123 Stitch. Oh, I'm at the website.
But I don't know. Part 11 of the 12 part. Oh, Garden Journal series.
Garden Journal series. Okay,
Yeah.
so that's what they're called.
They're gorgeous. I might someday maybe look at those. I think they're too big for me to do as a monthly piece.
Yeah, it was definitely not a monthly piece for me. I'm
Yeah,
looking for their design.
they're really pretty. I didn't see the December one.
What's the pattern design called again? Garden
Samplers.
No, the design, the series.
Oh, it's called I just saw it. Garden Journal series.
Garden Journal series. I can't find it, but I was hoping to find it so I could show a couple of them. But here it is, my garden journal. Cute. Let me see. What's the cutest ones? Oh, look at March with the daffodils.
Oh, that's pretty. I didn't see that one.
I blossom, the spring begins. I want to stitch these. I might make them a monthly stitch.
January's cute. It's got a little reindeer, but it's got snowdrops. February is primroses. Maybe.
Oh, look at October.
Oh, yeah, I just saw that one.
There is magic in the night when pumpkins glow.
Oh, maybe we need to do that next year, honey.
Maybe that will be my
June is honeysuckle. Oh, some of them, there's a lot of, like the flowers probably have a lot going on, but oh, you know what though?
Look at like this December one. That's a lot of stitching.
That one is a lot.
That is not a monthly stitch.
And some of them have borders.
Yeah. I think most of them have borders.
We'll have to just think about that. I've got other things lined up as possibilities for my.
Ooh, I like your shirt. That's cute. Yeah, the sleeves are cute.
Thrift store. I don't wear white very often because it doesn't stay white all day.
Yeah, well, it looks good.
Yeah, so
we should show what we got for our exchange. What's the word I'm looking for? Stitching exchange.
Smalls exchange. Okay, let me go first.
Yeah, you go first since I just showed my random.
Okay, so Tina Stitches got my name and she stitched me this adorable stocking ornament by JB Arts. I think it is JB. They do lots of tinies. And it's so cute. Just a gray back. But you know what, guys? She lined it.
I know. So cute.
Oh, braided. Oh, it's so cute.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah. Probably have it hanging in here. I told her in my office here because in the winter, so I can see it. If it's on the tree, I don't get to see it all day long. So
cute.
That was what she'd stitched for me. And then people sent in extra little things. And I failed miserably on that, but I'll do better next time. I was just so happy to get mine done. She sent me a pair of these Boheen scissors. Nice. And then she passed some stash to me. She passed me this hands-on design, sunshine on a stem. And I had seen her stitching that, and it's not a very complicated. This is felt. The leaves are all felt.
Oh, they are? They're not stitched?
No.
Oh, interesting. I didn't realize that. Oh, now I can see that.
I don't know if the jar's filled in or if the jar, I don't know, I have to look. But she stitched it pretty fast. And I have a thing about sunflowers since my mom died because she loved them. So I kind of have collected several sunflower patterns, and I probably commented on this on one of her videos, but she sent it on to me, and she had some of the felt left from the kit.
Oh, nice.
So let me see if actually look. It looks like the jar. She actually sent me, I wonder if this is the fabric that it came with.
Aww.
Or did she dye that? The fabric looks more white in the picture. Can't tell. No, anyway, thank you, Tina, again. But this other thing she passed to me, I did comment a lot on, and I did love it. And I almost thought about starting it when she did, but then I thought, no, because these patterns kind of intimidate me, and they're very, they are Gloriana's. And she sent me her extra Gloriana threads.
Oh, wow.
To go with this Sunflower Street by Victoria Sampler.
Oh, I love.
She,
yeah, Victoria's Sampler. That one's in my favorites and has been for a long time on 123 Stitch. I've thought about buying that one several times.
the pattern is very, I have to look at it. It's like reading a book.
So,
But there's like, this is ribbon, and she sent me the rest of her. I might have to get more of the ribbon. And there's B.
Oh my gosh. Maybe I'll buy that pattern and we should start it together sometime.
There you go. And then she also had, I think, was trying to get the right color blue that she wanted. So she had bought, I think, this ice blue, which I happen to love ice blue linen. I love this color, but it wasn't the right color what she had in mind. So she dyed her own. So she actually sent me some fabric too, but you could stitch just this part or this, you know, you don't have to stitch the whole thing. It's not really big. I don't feel like it's a big pattern, but there's a lot of specialty stitches. Look at how somebody finished it here. They made it into a, is that a pillow? That's a pillow.
That's cute.
With this harding.
Just two different, oh, is it hardanger?
Yes.
On a black, I can't really tell looking at it from here. That is so cute. Is that the whole pattern just finished into a pillow, or is that just part of the pattern?
Yes, that's the whole pattern.
Oh, it looks shorter than it does on the front.
I know. Well, I must have done it on tiny, but here they give the directions on how to do that hardanger, I think.
Wow. On
this back piece. But anyway, I love it, Tina, and thank you so much. And yeah, maybe we should do it together.
That'd be fun.
I don't know if it's got the, I don't think it has a DMC conversion.
They might not.
There's a bundle A, a bundle B, and a bundle C. Oh, but Tina has it. She wrote in a DMC conversion in pencil next to it.
Wow.
And then there's some Mill Hill seed beads and petite beads, pearl cotton. Anyway, this flower here, I think is all is ribbon.
Oh, really?
Oh, come on.
Yeah, it doesn't want to focus very well. The top flower?
Yeah.
It's done with ribbon. Oh.
Yeah, it's done with this yellow ribbon.
Nice.
Yeah, anyway, very detailed. Like, I'm impressed. I mean, I've never actually opened one of these patterns. I'm just gonna look for the stitch count on it. It's 64 wide by 101 high. So it's not huge. So anyway, that was what little Miss Tina sent to me. And I loved it. Thank you.
Fun.
Yeah.
I love that stocking she did. Looks so elegant and pretty.
Yes.
Yeah. I received from Emily Call one of her own designs that she stitched up for me. I think this is one of her Mary Duo, and it is so cute. So cute, and the framing job is adorable. And the
so cute.
Little beard is, and his pom-pom is Whisper, so it has that fuzzy.
Yeah.
You can see it pretty well here, I think. I love it so much. I really want to display it already, but it's kind of weird to put Christmas in my sunflower house right now. But
when it's 111 degrees out.
I love the pom-pom trim around it. I just love how this is finished. It makes me want to go finish something like this.
You need to check out her patterns. She has really cute ones.
Salt and Pepper Stitching. You should go buy her. I have actually not ever stitched anything by her, but I follow, like, I love everything she does. So I really just need to buy one. And pick
I've got several.
Yeah, I know. You're the reason we found her.
I have, and I have some that are in the works, polished ones.
Yeah, I need to go pick my favorite and do one. So thank you, Emily. I love it so much. I can't wait.
very festive, very jolly.
So fun. Do you have other haul?
Nope, that was all the haul I had.
Yeah, I don't really have anything I bought this weekend.
I was gonna just put a plug in for the stitch along that I'm doing with Gail from Gail's Golden Needle and Heather, maybe? I think it's a Heather. It's the Pete Buckley moss. I'm gonna do terry knot.
When are you starting it?
Sometime at the end of August.
End of August.
You've got time, yeah. This pattern doesn't include that. I don't know what this must be, like a black border. I don't know what this frame is. This is very dated. You can find her patterns on eBay. I actually saw this one too, just recently. And I've had this for a long time, given to me by a friend, and it's crazy. Look at these charts.
Oh boy.
They're huge.
That is huge.
So I'm definitely going to be making working copies of this.
Yeah.
And I know Gail's going to change the colors up on hers because hers seems pretty dated, but the colors on this aren't that bad. It's the blues. I love the 932 blues. Mm-hmm. The little checker pants. I love his pants.
That is cute. Yeah, that's so.
It's called.
Those pants are so 70s to me.
Terry knot.
Terry knot.
So that's coming up if you want to join us in that. And we might be doing a shepherd's bush.
Yes. I think we need to order
start along. We'll call it a start along, maybe.
Start along.
In September?
Yeah, I think we should do one in September.
Sanctum, I messaged Fawn about it with Sanctum Stitching. I mean, we maybe host it together. So
yeah, so we'll maybe
that in the back of your mind. We got another month to worry about that. But if you're thinking you wanted to stitch a shepherd's bush, or you already have some, or you want to get one, this gives you time to
join us.
Yeah.
Let's see what else we got to talk about. Plans.
My plans are to do my hoity-toity. I need to do 4 hours on hoity-toity for Whipco. Whipco's going to get drawn again probably on Wednesday. So what I have to do to be eating goals is to work another hour and a half on Stitch for Sweet Freedom and another hour and a half on that shepherd's bush kit I showed. Another hour on the Free Angel. And another hour and a half on my Redhead Girl. I Give You My Heart by Barbara Anna. So, I mean, it's all doable. I've got another week to do it. So,
yeah, we do have another whole week. For some reason, I felt like I was shorter on time. I need to just do another half hour on a Stitch for Sweet Freedom to meet that goal. And then 2 hours on Spring at Hawk Run Hollow. I don't know why I've been picking up Shores at Hawk Run Hollow so much, except I feel like I've made good progress on that, finishing that house. Yeah. And Spring at Hawk Run Hollow, I'm doing those bricks. It's not quite as immediately rewarding as getting a whole urn or something.
Yes.
My weekends have been, I don't know, I just keep forgetting to do the Christmas in July plan I had. I think that's really it. I just kind of keep forgetting, and I'm just picking up things I want to work on. So I thought I was going to maybe start my stocking or work on Jesse's beaded part of his stocking. I haven't done it. I might try the beads tonight and see if I can manage that even just for like 15 minutes and see how that feels.
Here's something else I didn't mention. I'm going to work on this tonight because this is kind of my, even just a little bit, maybe an hour. It's a kind of a Sunday stitch. Tina Stitches and I started this pattern.
Oh yeah.
Dimensions kit called Simplicity Vintage, I guess. Yeah. And so if you are so inclined, I'm sure you can get this kit still on Amazon. It wasn't very expensive. And stitch along I'm doing it in memory of my mom, honor my mom, and I think she is too. And then last week I showed this adorable bag with the Simplicity girls on it.
You know, so cute.
So anyway, that's just kind of, she's working on it, I think 2 Sundays a month. I'm trying to do a little bit every Sunday, but I've kind of fallen short. But I've worked on it. I'm just like, and nothing this week to show you, but yeah, those are my plans. That and survive the hot weather this week because we're going to get hot, and get my house back together after I get home tonight. pick up stuff and stitch. And I'm reading still my Daring Girls.
Daring Girls.
It's good. I am enjoying it. The other night, I woke up in the middle of the night and my glasses were still on.
Oh.
And I'm like, what happened here? And I reached over to where my phone sits because my phone is my alarm and usually my Kindle's underneath it. And I thought, I don't feel my Kindle there. And I'm sure it fell on the ground open like this.
Oh, face down.
Face down on my, and luckily it's carpeted on my floor in my bedroom, and I fell asleep with my good bifocals. I'd hate to, I don't like laying in bed with these on, but I need them because if you lay on your side, it will bend the frames a little bit. So I've tried to get the pillow out from underneath my head and I heard that. So I don't know. I must have slept for 2 hours with my glasses on.
That's weird.
That's a weird feeling.
I'm reading a ton of different stuff right now, actually. So Misery, I don't think I even picked it up this week. I haven't really had time during the day to read too much. And I don't want to read that one at night. Too creepy. So at night, I've been reading just when I'm not too tired. I've been really tired when I go to bed. I do a little bit of Bible reading and then I'm like dropping I usually read it on my phone as I'm laying there and then I'm like dropping my phone. If I finish my Bible reading for the day at night when I'm laying in bed and I'm still awake, I'll pick up Light a Penny Candle by
Maeve Binchy.
Maeve Binchy. That's who I was going to say, but then I was second guessing myself. But the girls and I are listening to Anne of Green Gables, which we've read aloud before. And so about a year or maybe 2 years ago, my favorite literature podcast did it. And I've talked about this podcast before, but it's been a long time. It's called Craft Lit, and it's an English teacher, and she's also a crafter type person. She knits. I don't think she does any embroidery, but she knits, and she'll do a little crafty talk sometimes at the beginning and then play a few chapters of somebody reading the book. And Anne of Green Gables was done a few years ago, and the reader was somebody who's actually just a listener. She's a great reader. Ooh, you're frozen. Oh, you're not frozen anymore. You were frozen for a second. Anyway, so that's been fun. The girls and I have been listening to that in the car, and she does a lot of like interesting commentary or background or vocab descriptions and things like that. So we've been listening to that together in the car. So a couple of years ago, she did Anne of Green Gables with a reader named Kim Zuckert, who's a listener actually, and she did a really good job reading. She just gets this really nice inflection to Anne and her stream of consciousness chatter and this dry wit. And anyway, we love that book so much. So that's been fun to listen to in the car. And then I'm listening to the same podcast. The current book she's doing is the personal reflections of Joan of Arc.
I've never even heard of that one.
It's really, apparently he was kind of obsessed with Joan of Arc.
Really?
And really fascinated by her story and
didn't know that.
He did a ton of research, and actually a lot of the book is basically straight from court transcripts. I mean, there's still his kind of typical fantastical, not fantastical, but you know, his style of writing at the beginning, especially when she's a child. But then most of the things that you would think that can't possibly be true are actually part of the historical record, which is just so interesting and crazy. So that has actually been fun to listen to because that's one of the books that Liddy will read for school next year. So I'll probably just let her listen to the podcast because Heather Ordover, who does the podcast, does a lot of really nice just intro and vocab and things, context that we do not catch as modern readers. So that's been fun.
Great.
And we're rereading the Narnia series, finishing up The Magician's Nephew, which is one of my favorites. It's the one about the creation of Narnia. So that's been fun. And then the last thing we're reading together aloud as a family is Ballet Shoes by Noel Stratfield, which is fun.
Oh, Ballet Shoes.
Ballet Shoes by Noel.
I did load a couple more books on my Kindle that are kind of lined up. So, Modern Mrs. Darcy had, I think on her, sorry, I'm trying to get my Kindle to go back. She had on her Instagram shown this book. She did a post about judging a book by its cover because the cover doesn't look like anything special. Like I probably wouldn't pick it. It's called The Last Summer on State Street. And It involves, I think, a neighborhood, a very poverty-stricken neighborhood. Can't remember if it's New York or Chicago, or it's not. And I think it's a very diverse neighborhood and very poor neighborhood. And it's about a little girl, like an 11-year-old, and her friend, kind of about life. But those tenements or those apartments are set to be destroyed. And so it's like their last summer in this. And then another girl kind of comes into their threesome. When I read the description of the book, she really loved it. She thought it was a very powerful book. It reminded me like more of a modern day version of A Tree Grows in Brooklyn. You ever read that? You should read that.
I heard
it's not an easy book. It's sad, but it's about a little girl and living in Brooklyn in this inner city, but back in the 40s. And with yeah, you should read it. I've read it a couple times. I actually was going to reread it in the next couple of years. I just always have loved it. The little girl's name, I think, is Frances or Franny. But kind of a coming of age story, but within that framework of the neighborhood, that the neighborhood plays a big part in the story. So I did get that one. And then I also thought, after my last couple books with my dad, I downloaded a book called Dealing with Aging. I can't read it. Dealing with Aging for blah, blah, blah. There's a line across it. And elderly family members. 52 things you need to know. So I haven't started it yet, but I thought I need a development book.
You need a 52 thing. You need those 52 things.
Mm-hmm. And then on a whim, so I've talked about Sarah Gio. She's a local author and she writes stories. I've talked about her before. She has one called With Love from London that I don't remember ever seeing. I don't know if it's her new one. That might be her new one. So I got that on my Kindle, and her books are an easy read, but they're interesting, and there's usually 2 time frames, kind of a modern day. And this one involves a girl that inherits a bookstore from her mother in London. Her mother dies, and I don't know why she's not there in London anymore with her mother, but anyway. So that might be my next read. Sounds like a nice summer read. I'm almost done, I think. I'm almost at that really high climax point with The Daring Girls of Guernsey. Things are really heating up. And I'm like 75% done with it on my Kindle. So I think it'll finish soon. So yeah. Yeah, I have another book on here that I don't know why it's on here. It's called, oh, here's one that I must have gotten off of Amazon Prime, maybe, called Harry's Trees. A grieving widower, a determined girl, a courageous librarian, and a mysterious book come together in an uplifting tale of love, loss, friendship, and redemption. I think it reminded me of a man named Uwe when I read the description, and I love that book. So that's my lit.
You're lit.
My lit.
We have a giveaway to do.
Oh,
so last
forgot about that.
We were giving away
this new designer Cotton Pixels. We were giving away Autumn Cat. I'm not going to take it out because it's really hard.
Cotton Pixels, and the winner of that needed to use the word orange, and the winner is Mary Lee Laird. So Mary Lee, congratulations. You have won. What's it called? Cat.
Autumn Cat.
Autumn Cat. Oh, you just said that. Sorry. You won Autumn Cat. Congratulations. So email us at the email in the description box below. It's stitchandstuffxs@gmail.com with your physical mailing address, so we can put that in the mail to you.
Did we ever hear from the winner of tea?
No, we haven't. Do we want to just tuck that in the rotation to do again, or do you want to give it away?
We will give this one more week. And it was
Fairy Rose is the name of her.
Fairy Rose. Fairy Rose, if you're watching, you won this several weeks ago. So please email us your address at the address Sarah just said. If we don't hear from you by next recording, we're going to go ahead and re-give this, we'll redraw this for somebody else. So
today's giveaway is graciously sent to us by Debbie, who sent us a bunch of goodies. I think we showed some of them last week.
Yeah.
And so we're going to be giving away a set of patterns, and we'll give them all to one person. These are kits for Winnie the Pooh. I should show that one I think is the cutest first.
I like it.
They have the fabric and the thread. Comes with the needle and the graph, of course, and the instructions. This design is 5 by 7.
Oh, okay.
So
Huge.
No, not huge. You could easily like frame it, or they'd be cute as like a little quilt or something all together. For like a new baby. There's the Eeyore one is also 5 by 7. Yeah. Eeyore. Those books crack me up. And then this one, this Tigger, it says is 3.5 inches by 5.5 inches.
Oh, it's tiny.
So it's really little. Yeah. It's on 14 count Ada. I think they all.
Okay.
Yes.
You can change the fabric up.
So it could be a stitch that you want to do, or maybe you have a young person in your life who would love to stitch Winnie the Pooh.
Yeah, a granddaughter or a grandson that's stitching.
I mean, Pooh would be kind of a lot of stitching in yellow there. But it wouldn't be too, I mean, if you did the outline and then just filled it on in, I mean, that would be, same with Eeyore.
Yeah.
So we'll give those away, and I didn't think of a word. Just do Pooh.
Pooh. Yeah.
Pooh. I love Winnie the Pooh.
P-O-O-H.
P-O-O-H, not Pooh like poop. Don't want those kind of poop. Don't leave the poop emoji. That won't get you an entry. You can leave a poop emoji if you really hate this episode.
Don't even leave us
Won't
that.
get you an entry.
Just scroll on by.
Just scroll
Can't
on.
handle the rejection. Very fragile.
So we'll send all 3 of those to somebody who actually enters and doesn't just leave.
Yeah. Yeah. Pass that along.
The Pooh trio.
Pooh trio. Okay.
I love A.A. Milne so much. I was going to try to find, I think Rosie loves poetry, and she is a really good reader, and like her poetry that she writes is really good. Actually, all 3 of the girls write some really incredible poetry. But Rosie just she could be an audiobook reader. She's so good at it. And I was going to try to find our, like, Now We Are 6 with poems from A.A. Milne.
Oh,
She must have it somewhere.
Classic.
She often will just pick that up and read through them.
I'll show you something else
on here, but
she would love it. When we think about him, I also think about Beatrix Potter.
oh, yeah.
And were you successful?
With what?
Getting what I wanted you to get.
What you want me to do?
Goodbye. Shut the door. Goodbye.
Are you guys still taping?
Yes, we're still taping.
Why? Love you.
Really not in the mood.
Guys, are you in an argument right now?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, so my mom, thinking of A.A. Milne, and I also loved, my mom and I both loved Beatrix Potter, and she was fascinated with Beatrix Potter. And and my mom, growing up in the 30s and 40s, there just wasn't a lot of children's literature out there that she was ever exposed to. So she came to love Beatrix Potter later in her life. And so the first year after she died, I had written on my calendar when she died in 2021. And it said Beatrix Potter's birthday. So my mom died on Beatrix Potter's birthday. So as a commemorative thing, I bought 2, one for 2020, the year she died, and one for last year. These off of these collectors off of eBay, the figurines from the books. And so last year I got Jemima Puddle Duck, which I think she would have loved. I mean, I know she loved her. And these are, I'm only getting ones that are done in, this is 1948, Beswick, England. And then I also got last year, I got a 1948 Samuel Whiskers.
So cute.
And this year, I had not seen this one before, and there was only one of them available. Is in I can't read it. It's a 40-something Mrs. Flopsy Bunny. And it just came last week. And next week is the anniversary of Mom's death. So anyway, I'm collecting these in July every year because they are sweet and they make me smile.
They're sweet.
And I never really had a collection. We didn't collect things like that when I was growing up. So officially from England. Yeah, we need to go to the Lake District someday, Sarah.
I just told you that and you laughed
I
at me.
know.
Oh yeah, right. That'll be so fun. But
I didn't laugh at you.
yeah, you were like, okay, let's just get right on that.
Well, I'm not getting any younger, girlfriend.
Let's get on it.
Yeah, let's get on that.
That would be really fun. We could plan a Stitch and Stuff trip to Beatrix Potter's home in England.
There you go. So what were you talking? So, I start my Haid. I was never going to do a Haid, but I start my Haid on August 12th. So there's a little Facebook group that Carolyn Zook started. And who was it? Said, oh, we were trying to get Jan Hicks to start this Haid. She goes, yeah, I need another project. She goes, I'll get right on that.
Right on that.
She's busy designing. She's going to be at Needlework Expo now.
Oh,
So she's got a ton of patterns. I just haven't kept up with how many patterns she's got out. She's pretty prolific.
Yeah.
So anyway, we'll just get right on that.
Get right on our cross the world trip.
Yeah. I probably have to get right on waking that baby up because otherwise she won't go to bed for me. She's not awake already.
So you'll have her through tonight and they're getting her in the morning?
No. They come home tonight around, I think their plane lands at 9.
Oh, so she'll be.
I had to put her down tonight, but then they'll be there for her in the morning and she'll be happy and they're missing her. So they'll be happy too. Hopefully their plane doesn't get canceled. There's so many problems with the airlines right now that I just hear horror stories. And somebody told Cassidy that you have a better chance of having your flight canceled if you fly at the end of the month, because when you get to the end of the month, the pilots have reached their maximum hours they can fly a month, and there's a shortage of pilots. So if these pilots have all reached their maximum by the 20th of the month, then they're scrambling. Yeah. And other crew too. I mean, like stewardesses they're not called stewardesses anymore. Flight attendants can only work so many hours, I think, a month, and co-pilots. So it's a problem in the industry.
Yes, it is.
So hopefully, since it's the end of the month, they don't get bumped.
I bet.
Also, there were thunderstorms coming through there tonight. So hopefully it doesn't delay them either. I hope they're not late. I hope they don't get canceled. I need to sleep in my own bed.
Oh, that's right. You're at their house sleeping.
Yeah, I bring her over here for nap time and then the afternoon and dinner, and then I take her back and she sleeps better in her own bed. So anyway, that's it. That's all I got.
Thanks for joining us.
Yes.
Great stitching week.
Stay cool.
Stay cool.
Hydrated.
Like and subscribe to this channel. What else, Millie? What are the other things we should say? Leave a comment. Don't forget to enter the giveaway.
What did you give away?
What did we give away?
Winnie the Pooh.
Those Winnie the Pooh kits. Sorry. And
Okay.
cool and hydrated.
Yes. Bye-bye.
Not poop.